So morning folks, so as you can see, we've upped the video game today and I'm using the DJI Mic Mini. Which is a fantastic piece of kit. So if I just pop you there like that, be a bit wobbly. See, well, no matter where I am in the room, ignore the state of the room we're just moving some stuff around at the minute. And you can hear me perfectly. So you probably hear every scratch on my beard. But when it gets really quiet, it might be a bit better because I'll be able to speak into the microphone like this without scaring the birds. So today we're going to go out and we're going to check the bird feeders that I put up a couple of days ago and see if there's any activity. Taking the camera, taking the Nikon, obviously I'm taking the 150 to 600 Sigma contemporary, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Right, let's go. Oh, it's a cold one this morning. Right, let's do it. See, this is when we should be heading out. Well, it's freezing cold, it's still dark. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the best thing. That's when we should be heading out at this time. Still got the snow on the ground, guys. It's melting a little bit, but I'm hoping that that's not going to make it too sludgy and all these things. It's quite early now, so we should get some activity from some of the animals. So I'm going to really stay quiet now and see what we can see when we get there. I didn't bring my flask with me today, so we can't be having coffee time. I spent all my money on this DJI, so I really couldn't afford a new flask, and the fact that my old flask is terrible. It keeps things warm for about an hour, that's about it, and we don't really need that today. So I thought, rather than drinking cold coffee, I'll drink no coffee and I'll have a good day, and then we'll come back and then have a coffee. Yeah, have a nice coffee, reward myself while we're editing them photographs. That's what we'll do. Yeah. Oh, there's going to be some people looking at me today. I'm full of everything, full of gear. Got my DJI, got my gimbals, my camera thing hanging off, my tripod hanging out at the side of my bag. One of my straps is ripping on the Low Pro flip side. So for you guys that don't know, I use a Low Pro flip side Trek bag. I think it's the 350 one. But the problem is with that is it was a really good bag, but it's just not big enough, man. So I'm thinking of saving up and getting one of those what the bloody call it now? Mind something. And it's a big enough camera bag for everything that we need. Plus some camping gear. So this summer I'm planning on doing some overnight, some hikes and some camps. Maybe do the Mary Townley loop and take some gear with me. Do some landscape or whatever. We'll see what happens. Well, what can I say? Still no activity. So I've clearly either picked a bad spot or it's weather related. So what we're going to do, we're going to head out and just see what we can find. I mean, today really for me it's all about just bringing out and giving my new DJI Mic Mini a whirl. And I found a spot that I'm interested in when it gets a little bit warmer, where we could potentially set up for a day and do some kingfisher photography, which would be really cool. I was looking online and finding some places in the local area. So that's what we're going to do there. So today, let's just head down the river again, see what we can find, see if any of them dippers are down there. It's still early yet, it's too dark for any photography yet, so we're just kind of scoping things out. I'll tell you one of my favourite subjects to photograph, and I absolutely love them. That's the red squirrels in the lakes. So that's definitely coming to this channel at some point. There's a particular place I'd like not to give the location away, but you know, in the lakes, that is fantastic for red squirrels. There's many photographers that probably know already, but in essence of trying to keep the population safe, because the squirrels are declining due to smallpox or whatever they've got, then probably not best to advertise it to absolutely everybody. So you've got a whole ton of photographers showing up and throwing nuts and stuff everywhere. So yeah, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Spend the day out just observing the red squirrels and capturing some really cool jumps and leaps and interesting stuff like that. Another thing, I like to do quite a bit of travel photography. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see some pretty insane pictures of pilot whales and dolphins that we did in Tenerife, which were really cool. And I was actually asked by a research and conservation effort to capture as many pictures of the pilot whale's fins as possible, because they use the fin to identify the whale or the dolphin, and it's kind of like a fingerprint. That's a thumb fingerprint, just to see what the population's like. And apparently the whales always travel in the same family forever, which is quite cool. So take note, guys. Absolutely fantastic creatures. And the boatman gave me some stories. People wanting to jump off and swim with pilot whales. Can travel at 2 meters per second, size of a small car. Imagine one of those hitting you. Oof. Honestly, that'd be almost as bad as my mum with slipper. Yeah, we've got some good things coming up on the channel, guys. So if you want to see more and you're interested, leave that subscribe, hit the bell. You know, I've got 2 more videos scheduled out. I'm trying to keep it ticking over every Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Trying to get a video out to you. I can't promise I'll stick to it, but I'll try. But then again, I am the ADHD photographer, not the extremely organised and on-time photographer. So we'll have to see what happens, won't we? So guys, we're sat currently on the river. Well, I was walking down and again I seen a bunch of dippers. Now obviously getting down here, I've scared them away a little bit, but dippers tend to be a little frequent when it comes to the hunting area. So I'm hoping that we can see a couple of them returning. If I just stay here nice and quiet, we might get lucky. We'll see. It's not been particularly a good day today. It's been a bit tough. I don't understand why my feeders are completely not being touched. I put them in the middle of the woodland. Maybe I should have thought about the edge of the woodland, I don't know, but it's just really strange how they're just frozen over and not touched whatsoever. So yeah, I've not even, I mean, there's maybe slight evidence, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, this game obviously gets a little easier as the weather warms up. At least I hope so, I think so. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. So guys, I've been absolutely everywhere. I went down onto river. I was looking for dippers, and I got one flown past me, and started getting confident, and then these two fishermen with the fishing rods turned up, and that killed that. So I decided I was going to walk into town, and on my way on the river I seen the heron again, same one, Frank as we like to call him. So at that point I thought, you know what, I've lost hope. But then I thought, you know, this is what it's about. You don't always get lucky, you don't always find the shot that you're looking for, you know. But rather than give up hope, I've used it as an opportunity to come and explore another place. And it turns out that literally just around the corner from where I live is an amazing little piece of woodland, which yesterday was full of roe deer. One of the locals actually just showed me a video of the roe deer. So I know there's roe deer in there, and I've seen fox tracks, and I've seen badger tracks. So yeah, so I think I'm going to try and do a little bit of work in there as the seasons start to progress. Maybe put up a hide in there and check it out. Apparently some other people have been doing it too, so I won't be the only person to do that. But until then, I'm going to wander around. We've actually put some feeders up there as well, because at the top part there's some like sort of lower bushes kind of trees and things, smaller trees, and it's full of bullfinch, and I've seen dunnocks, I've seen wrens, I've seen obviously your standard coal tips, blue tips, robins, thrush. I've heard a buzzard, but I've not seen it. So I've come for a little wander down this path to see if I can find it, or to see if I can find anything. I'm not very hopeful though, so let's just see what we can find, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, these are the things that we do as photographers. You go out, you're not always guaranteed to actually find anything, like I said. So yeah, I'll tell you one thing though that's brilliant. These things, absolutely brilliant. I'm so impressed with DJI for this mic mini, although I did nearly lose it once, so be very careful about that. They're so small, it's quite easy to lose, so just got to keep your eye on when you're using it for something like this, because obviously you're going to be out and about, crawling about, doing whatever you're doing. There we got some gulls, there we go. Never go home empty-handed. There's actually some really good scenery as well. I've just watched the mist roll in from the forest down there. I took a little snap on my long lens, so I'll process that, see how that looks. And because I'm not just a wildlife photographer, you know, I'm a small world photographer, wildlife photographer, and basically anything I think looks cool photographer. Although I do prefer the wildlife, guys. So yeah.